And just because we see a speed limit sign and we know what the speed limit is, doesn't mean that we always obey the speed limit. But that doesn't mean that there still ain't a speed limit. So even though you know there's a speed limit sign and you go ahead and speed, doesn't mean you don't get a ticket. Doesn't mean you can't get a ticket. So just because you see it and you don't recognize it, or just because you see it and you don't care, or just because you see it and you're busy and you're just veering off on your own and you just go ahead and do 56 instead of a 45, doesn't mean that there isn't going to be repercussions and you may get a ticket. It's the same thing with God, man. Just because you don't recognize it, just because you don't want to, just because you know it's there but you just don't see it, doesn't mean that it ain't real, and doesn't mean that there ain't consequences for not knowing who it is and following his law. Just because you don't see it, just because